Okay, so we're going to apply some of the adaptive components that we made to a divided surface now. So I'm going to start a new conceptual mass. I gave you guys a 16 by 16 RFA that you can use. I'm just going to start from the regular one here. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to come into my level 1 plan. And I'm going to draw a line right here. So I'm going to go to reference line, go to draw on work plane, and I'm just going to draw a line on this reference plane. Then I'm going to go to create a line dimension, and I'm going to tap the tab key till I get that point, pick that middle reference line and pick the next point, equal that out. Then I'm going to pick this guy and make that dimension permanent, and then move that kind of up out of there and put a parameter on that. So line width will be fine. Then I go to my 3D view, and I'm going to close my hidden windows, zoom in on that, and I'm going to pick this line and go to create form, and it's just going to give me a plane that runs up in the air. Now you can pick this and it will give you a positive offset that you can associate a parameter to, and I'm just going to give it line width. So it'll always be a square. So if I were to sort of pan this over and go to my line width, I could actually set this to 70 and apply, and both those would adjust. So the next thing you want to do is divide this surface. So if I pick this surface, there's a divide surface option, and it goes in and divides that by 12 even spaces. You can change the spacing by coming over here and saying, I want that to be 6, and I want that to be 6, right? Or you can change how it lays it out. So if you want it to do by maximum spacing or fixed distance, you can do that as well. And the next thing we want to do is pick that divided surface and turn on the nodes. So I'm going to come to surface representation and go to display properties and turn on my nodes. And you're going to see those little blue nodes turn on. Now, next thing I want to do is just insert one of those adaptive components that we created and apply it to this surface. So if I go to my R pull down, I can open up the square frame that we made first. If you remember, it's quite simple, just a frame that runs around a square line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 adaptive components, points, sorry. So I'm going to load that into project. And it's going to come in, and it's going to come in with, it wants to place itself. So you can snap 1, 2, 3, 4, and it snaps to those nodes. So you have one of those placed on that surface. Now you can pick that, and under the modify is a divide repeat. So if you click repeat, it will repeat itself over that entire surface division. So now you could pick that repeater and come to your type dialog and say change it to 2 feet, and they'll all update to 2 feet. If you pick it and change it to 4 feet, it'll change it to 4 feet, right? So the 4-foot version. So basically what you have now is you could also, you have an adaptive component that's going out and searching out those 4 points and then dividing itself along the surface. Now you should be able to tab select in and pick that divided surface again. And if you say, oh no, I want this to only be 5 and I want this to be 7, right, then it will divide that and update it to 5 and 7. And again, if you pick the entire thing, you can go in and update them all at once, or you can tab select in. So I'm going to tab select in and select that one. And you can actually change them individually. So I could change that one to a 4, right, and it would sort of poke out. But you have to do that sort of manually. And then if you pick the whole thing and update it again, right? That one doesn't update. It stays because you've made it an individual piece. So you'd have to kind of tab select into that and change it back to the one, right? All right, so that's one version. When I come back, we'll do another version.